Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. Thank you very much for tuning in and considering what I have to say. So the JFK files. I wrote a book, Killing Kennedy. I hope you read it. If you haven't, I think it's the best book. Of course, I'm going to say that. But if you really want to know what happened to President Kennedy in November of 1963, Killing Kennedy is a book for you. We back up everything we have, everything we say. We are not conspiracy people. Although we do know that there were elements following Lee Harvey Oswald in the U.S. government. And I'm going to get into that tonight. So the, 80,000 pages? The National Archives, all classified information, was flooded onto the market. And everybody's reading it. There isn't, pardon the pun, a smoking gun, two men on the grassy knoll, none of that. Castro did it, the mob did it, Jimmy Hoffa did it, CIA did it, none of that. Okay, and I didn't expect it to be, because it didn't happen. Lee Harvey Oswald shot JFK, and we prove it 15 different ways. But people believe what they want to believe. That is so important for everybody listening to me tonight to digest. It doesn't matter how many facts I present. It doesn't matter what really happened. If you want to believe there was a conspiracy to kill President Kennedy, that's what you'll believe, no matter what. Now, I'd say 30-40% of Americans are in that category. They simply believe whatever they want to believe. They live in a bubble. But the conspiracy theorists can make a lot of money, all right, peddling that stuff. Books, lectures, all kinds of things. Oliver Stone, big conspiracy guy. He's a director, a movie director. He made a movie, okay? And the movie got paid handsomely for making a movie. Plenty of books, you know them. All these people got paid. So I'm going to tell you tonight the most important element that is not defined yet in the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. And I covered this story myself, okay? So, Lee Harvey Oswald was in the Marines. He was a sharpshooter, a sniper, one of the best they had. He leaves the Marines. He defects to the Soviet Union. No one does that, okay? And the U.S. authorities, the State Department, they were actually saying, and if you watch my movie, Killing Kennedy, we have a scene where the State Department goes, you really don't want to do this, Lee. No, Lee's going. Lee goes, okay? He learns a little bit of Russian, marries a woman named Marina, and then he wants to come back to the USA. Well, they let him, which is a mistake, obviously. So Marina, a newborn baby, and Lee Harvey Oswald show up in Dallas. Oswald is a wife beater. He's a mentally ill miscreant, a hater on every level. He tries to shoot another man before Kennedy, all right? He orders a Carcano rifle, okay? They send it to him. He's got it. He doesn't have any money, Oswald. He gets a series of menial jobs, but he gets in fights and he's fired. He's desperate for money. Got a baby and a wife. The wife is yelling at him. He gets a book at the School Book Depository in Dallas in October 1963. $1.25 an hour to put books in envelopes and send them out. That's what his job was. All right? He hated his job. Everybody hated him. He's an obnoxious clown. But they didn't think he was dangerous. Kennedy goes to Dallas. The car route goes through Dealey Plaza, where the School Book Depository looms over the plaza. Just by coincidence. No one knew the motorcade was going to go that route when Lee Harvey Oswald got the job. Do you understand that? So Oswald got the job a month and a half before this. They didn't even know Kennedy was going to Dallas. There was no route. So Oswald sees this. And he goes, here's my chance. This is what they call a crime of opportunity. I got a rifle. I hate Kennedy for whatever reason, okay? And I'm going to kill him. And Oswald did. Oswald then runs out of the school book depository into a movie theater. He's confronted. He shoots a Dallas cop. So when these people say, oh, Lee Harvey Oswald's a patsy, he didn't do it, come on. This is a violent guy. He did it all day long. His fingerprints are all over the Carcano. The bullet matches the bullets in the limousine. On and on and on. Read my book, you'll see it. What isn't stated is that before the shooting, Oswald tried to defect again, this time to Cuba. He went to the Mexican embassy. He went to the Cuban embassy in Mexico City. The Cuban embassy was being surveilled by the CIA, all right, because they wanted to know what Fidel Castro was up to in 1963 after the Bay of Pigs and Russia and all of that. Okay, they see Oswald go in, bingo, he's on their radar. Lee Harvey Oswald. CIA is watching him. FBI, no. Because remember back then, the CIA, they were operating in the United States and they didn't cooperate with J. Edgar Hoover very much. A minder is assigned to Lee Harvey Oswald. Oswald has no idea he's being watched by the CIA. The man's name is George de Mohrenschildt. This is where I come in. De Mohrenschildt is teaching at Bishop College in Dallas. It's an African-American university, went out of business subsequently. He's a Russian, speaks Russian, an aristocrat. He had done contract work for the CIA before. It wasn't on the payroll, okay? He's a freelancer. He's assigned to watch Lee Harvey Oswald. He and de Mohrenschildt and his wife start to socialize with Lee and Marina. Why? De Mohrenschildt's up here and Lee Harvey Oswald's down there. They have nothing in common other than the Russian language, okay? So de Mohrenschildt babysits Lee Harvey Oswald, but we don't know to what extent, because de Mohrenschildt disappears after the assassination. I'm chasing him as a young reporter at WFAA TV in Dallas. Okay, this is 15 years after the Oswald assassination. So nobody knew about de Mohrenschildt, but I investigated, and uncovered this guy. De Mohrenschildt goes from Dallas to Palm Beach. I get a tip from the Congressional Committee investigating the Kennedy assassination that de Mohrenschildt has gone to Palm Beach. I get on a plane, fly to Palm Beach. The investigators for the Congressional Committee, okay, and a good friend of mine worked there, that's how I got all the info, they show up at de Mohrenschildt's house to interview him. Okay, this is 1978. And de Mohrenschildt blows his head off with a shotgun before the investigators could talk to him. I'm in town. Okay, I rush out there. There's cops are everywhere. Bop, 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 bop. All right. To this day, the de Mohrenschildt story is not clarified. That's what I was hoping was going to happen in the release of some of these documents, but I still haven't seen it. We're going through them. There's 80,000 documents. Okay? De Mohrenschildt's daughter lives in the USA. I'm not going to say where. It would be absolutely wrong to do that. I have not been able to speak with her. I know where she is. I don't want to put her in any danger. I don't want to intrude on her. I don't know what she knows. I know she does not like her father. Never did. That's what I know. That is a key to this story. And I'll get it before I die. I mean, I've been working this story for what, 50 years now? But boy, oh boy, that is the absolute truth on where it stands now. The CIA lost track of Oswald, and de Mohrenschildt vanished, split, and it's never been explained. What did the Mohrenschildt know? That's why the Congressional Committee investigators showed up in Palm Beach, where he was, at his daughter's house. Interestingly enough. So there you go. All right. Oswald did it. I don't believe that the U.S. government paid him to do it. I don't believe anybody knew he was going to do it. He did it. Crime of opportunity. But the Central Intelligence Agency did surveil him, and we need to know to what extent and how that got screwed up. Thank you for listening to me, Bill O'Reilly. We'll see you soon with another commentary. Thank you for watching. To view full episodes of the No Spin News anytime, sign up to become a BillO'Reilly.com premium or concierge member today.